TigerDetails.com. Jared Roser here at East Ascension High School with Justin Harris, a guy that was a standout for the Spartans just a couple years ago. Signed initially with Baylor, and now this season at Hutchinson Community College, and back home in Louisiana for the weekend. Going to check out LSU versus Louisiana Tech, and yeah, starting out. I mean, what's been up? How are things now? It's been a little bit of a journey, but what's the latest for you?
It's been going good. I'm now here at Hutchinson Community College with Coach Davis and Coach Rhodes. We're now 3-1 on the season. Just got there a couple of weeks ago. Just building team chemistry, building chemistry with my coaches, and just working hard every day with Coach Davis.
And I think now through a few games, looks like you think you have 6 tackles, a sack. I think this past week you
yes,
had
sir.
The first sack of the season. I mentioned it being a journey, and we're not going to speak on it much or whatever, but just now being in a situation where you're able to actually get out on the field and get back to doing, what you love to do. How has it been to just get out there and contribute and have some big wins under y'all's belt already?
Yeah, it's definitely been a rough journey, but like I'm saying, it's tough. Like not being on the field, so it's just being back on the field. It just makes everything a lot better. Getting, like I said, building team chemistry with some dudes I just met a couple weeks ago. Getting back on the field, doing what I love. I'm happy.
And now, obviously you guys have this season at Hutchinson, but the future is already kind of setting up a little bit for what your next stop might be. We talked about Grambling State has offered, and some of these other schools, including LSU, that you started to hear from more again as you kind of wait to see what that next step's going to be. What has been kind of the renewed recruiting process for you? You just went through it a couple of years ago, and now you're going through it a little bit again. What's been some of the conversations?
So I've been talking to a couple schools. LSU, they've been recruiting me at tight end, same from high school. I've talked to Rutgers, talked to Colorado. Grambling State, they've offered a couple weeks ago. It's just whatever. I'm going to pray about wherever God takes me next. Just trust the process and do what I have to do.
How did take me through how the renewed LSU conversations had gone? Because there are some guys there in Coach Ensminger who wanted you to be a tight end coming out of high school. Coach Orgeron, obviously former defensive line coach, is now taken over the program as the head coach, who you had really good relationships with when you were here. How did that kind of rekindle as things unfolded for you the way they have?
So I had talked to one of the coaches, and they didn't even know I was at a community college. So like I said, basically just getting back in the mix, just going back to JUCO, restarting the whole recruiting process, and just getting back in the mix of what was going on back in high school. Just trying to get better in every day. It's just been kind of the same process, but just a little bit more. More schools contacting me from when I was in high school. I also talked to Nebraska.
Yeah.
I was once committed to UCF with the whole staff going to Nebraska. So Coach Held, I talked to Coach Held a couple times, but it would be kind of rough, like switching over from defensive end to tight end, knowing I just started playing football my junior year in high school, and just trying to learn everything all at one time. But I feel like I could do it. So whatever is needed to be done, I feel like I can do it. If I did it in this time distance, I feel like I could do it anywhere else on the field.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, because a lot of times when guys get used to playing a certain position, or they really like to play one or the other, and you've been more on that defensive side of the ball, but tight end is something you're pretty open to.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Yeah, like I said, I just started playing football like a year or 2 years ago, and from what I've done from then to now, I feel like I could do the same thing anywhere on the field. As long as I'm on the field, I feel like I could do anything.
Yeah. What have you thought, getting a chance to watch LSU a little bit this year? They've certainly surprised a lot of people. What have you seen from them? What have you thought about their performance so far?
Starting off with the quarterbacks, I just didn't know where I would go. But Coach O, he always finds a way. Somehow he finds a way. Knowing Caleb Vaughn Chasen got hurt at defensive end, that was a big loss that they had took, but they still shook back and faced adversity and did what they had to do. Coming back, beating Auburn, that was a good game. So it's just finding a way and trusting the process, like I was saying before, and that's what I believe Coach O is doing.
And as so you've been through the recruitment before, you've been at a D1, you're now at community college and looking for the next stop. So what, in the second time around, do you look for as you're determining a college that maybe is a little bit different from the first time, that you learned from that first experience? How is your outlook the same in some ways versus how has it maybe changed just a little bit?
First off, looking at depth chart, that would be a big factor. Just because I'm coming from a JUCO, I'll have 3 years of eligibility, so I'm just trying to get on the field ASAP. Praying, that's really the biggest part. Praying on where I should be, asking God for guidance, knowing where I want to be, because it's different where I need to be and where I want to be, and God knows where I'm supposed to be at. So just praying more each and every day on the process where I should be at, and like I said, depth chart. So I'm really just trying to get on the field ASAP, and like I said, I feel like I could do that anywhere.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's about all I've got for you. You excited to be on the sideline for a minute in Tiger Stadium again?
Yes, sir. Being home.
Any other just thoughts or anything you want to? Any interesting things or tidbits for you at the moment, or we pretty much covered it?
I'm coming back. I'm coming back hard. I promise. For everybody out there who doubted me, I'm coming back hard. 10 times harder. I promise you. That's it.
There you go. He's Justin Harris, East Ascension product, now up at Hutchinson Community College. And I'm Jarrett Roser for TigerDetails.com.